Called you from my cell phone. You just don't know that number.
Exactly.
We're going to call our meeting
Thought about that later.
This is the Montgomery Economic Development Corporation meeting of April 21st, 2026. It is 6:01 p.m. and we are in order now. So first off, we'll start out with our pledges of allegiance. Everybody will stand with me. We'll start out with the United States. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. We do have a quorum today with everyone present, with the except for Ryan. Oh, Ryan Landine is the only one we're missing. Okay, everyone else is here. Thank you. All right, so we are open up for citizens' comments. We have no citizens, right? Okay, so we'll move right along. And we're also, as a matter of course, item number 4, we need to convene for a public hearing.
A citizen just came in.
We have a citizen.
Hey, citizen.
She's sheepishly walking through. She's not a, well, she is a citizen, but you're not here to speak though, right?
Heavens no, would I ever speak at this argument?
She can, because this is your last chance. No, I'm kidding. All right, so here we go. So we're going to convene into a public hearing of a project that's proposed to be undertaken by the Montgomery Economic Development Corporation, and that the corporation adopted a resolution to establish the structure, relocation, and site preparation project called the project. Do we have any public comments?
No. And this is just the
It's rather obvious.
Raven Pullen house. So
Gotcha. All right, number 5. She was out. What?
Wait a minute.
You gotta open and close it.
Open it.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
What time it is?
So we're gonna open up public discussion at 6:03.
Yeah.
And we will close it at 6:03 since there's no one here to comment. Thank you. Sorry about that.
I am in favor of it though.
Nobody wants. Anyway, all right, next, item number 5. She was outstanding in New York. She was outstanding in Chicago. Now she's outstanding in the audience.
No, she's sitting.
I'd like to introduce everybody to Kimberly Gonzalez. She is our new Economic Development Assistant Director. Thank you, Kimberly, for being here. Hey, Kimberly, it was a long process, so we finally got you.
Yes.
Kimberly, if you don't mind, I didn't ask Coach or ask you to do this, but this meeting will go pretty quick today. But do you mind just standing up and just kind of telling everybody a little bit about your background, since not everybody may have been privy to all the extras that we did.
she's been practicing her speech. She did it at council. So.
I was born in, no.
Yeah, let me give you my life story. No, good evening, everyone. My name is Kimberly Gonzalez. I am very excited to be here. Just as a quick background, I have a MPA from the Bush School at A&M, and then from there I worked for the city of College Station for a brief period of time, went to Brazos County, where I was there about 6 years. My former county judge is incredible, and he asked me to set up the office there actually for Brazos County. So I was privileged to be the first economic developer there. My passion is really kind of setting up offices, getting structures in place, and connecting people. So I'm very excited to be here, and I look forward to working with all of you. And while I'm speaking, I've mentioned it to most of you, but I will be reaching out, if not tomorrow, then probably Thursday, to meet with each of you one-on-one, just so I can get a better idea of what your priorities are, what you would like to see from me and for the city as we move forward, and then just to kind of give you a layout of what I'm working on. So.
Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly has a structured questionnaire which she's adopted for that we all will answer individually, not so that she's meeting one-on-one with us individually. And then she'll prepare sort of, because we may have things that we want to talk about one-on-one that maybe we wouldn't talk about in a group setting, but things that are kind of near and dear to our hearts. I know everyone has something. So she's going to kind of debrief everybody and then try to come together with a common vision that we can all kind of subscribe to. So.
But Kimberly, I can definitely, just meeting you, I can appreciate your joyous, bubbly spirit, because a lot of times that's how you get doors open. And we appreciate that right off the bat.
That's coming from someone with a joyous, bubbly spirit.
Yeah.
He knows one when he sees one.
Yeah, well, I don't meet strangers, and that's definitely what this city needs, to be more open and transparent and more receptive to people, ideas, and business coming in, and look like you got that. So
Thank you.
I don't have to know you a long time to sense that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's got some God love in him, I can promise you that.
So now that we've established that, you have to be that way now.
Yeah. Everything has to be a good thing.
All right, so we'll close that item. Everybody, there's nothing to debate about that. We love Kimberly. We're glad you're here. Thank you for being a part of our team and a part of our city and a part of our joy journey, which is just really starting. So we're grateful that you're here. All right, item number 6, consideration of possible action on the special meeting minutes, February the 17th. Do we have any comments on those meeting minutes? No? Okay, can I entertain a motion to accept them?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes, special meeting minutes of February the 17th, 2026.
Second.
It's been motioned and seconded that we accept the special meeting minutes of February 17, 2026. It's amendable, debatable, requires majority vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Item number 7, consideration and possible action on the special meeting minutes of March 17, 2026. Do we want?
I'll make a motion that we accept the special meeting minutes of March 17th, 2026.
A second?
I second.
Okay, it's been motioned and seconded that we accept the special meeting minutes of March 17, 2026. Motion is amendable and debatable, requires a majority vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And opposed, no. Okay, so that motion carries. Finally, consideration of possible action. Is Mary Ann here today, by the way? No. Okay. All right, so the consideration of possible action on the financial report for the second quarter of fiscal year 2026. While I did review the report, I don't have a ton of questions because it looked in order to me. I don't know, is there anything our treasurer might have seen that?
I looked it over and I didn't see anything.
Okay.
I always like to bring it to our attention, the tax pool interest rate. January, February, March is on page 28 of 54 pages, but it's on page 28.
Okay.
And you can see where the percentage is.
Oh, tax pool percentage.
On our amount in tax pool, and we like to keep up with that.
Okay. All right.
But other than that, I didn't question any of the checks or anything.
Okay. All right. Well, we can entertain a motion to accept the financial report as is. Anybody want to make that motion, or do you want me to make it?
Make a motion, we accept the financial report, second quarter fiscal year 2026.
Second, anybody? Seconded?
Second.
All right, so it's been motioned and seconded by Wade that we accept the financial report for the second quarter of the fiscal year 2026. Amendable, debatable, requires the majority of votes. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it. And so we will accept that. Okay, next up. We have item number 9, consideration of possible action of a resolution of the Montgomery Economic Development Corporation requesting an expenditure not to exceed $2,528,000 for the design and construction of improvements to the downtown improvements project and providing an effective date. I believe Zach is here with WGA to give us an update. Zach, you're on, you got the floor.
Awesome. So kind of just to summarize where we are within the project, we're currently contracted, WGA, for phase 1 and phase 2 of the McCowan Street or Downtown Improvements Project. Phase 1 being the roadway improvements on McCowan from Caroline to College, excuse me. Phase 2 being the community center site. That's been put on hold until the city identifies what they want to do moving forward with the site, whether it's remodel, renovate, or demolish. Again, that scope has remained to be decided. So we're moving and prioritizing the roadway improvements or improvements within the right-of-way. And so after some discussion with staff and MEDC, we thought it would be best to include an additional scope of the McCowan Street improvements. We've all kind of seen the schematic design of what that looks like, and getting your attention to pages 43 and 44. 43 outlining phase 1 improvements, again, from College to Caroline. Phase 3 improvements being from Caroline all the way to 105. And so this additional scope of work is kind of broken out into 3 separate buckets. We have the right-of-way improvements for McCowan Street. What that looks like is making McCowan Street northbound only and removing some paving between 105 and what is now John Butler to provide some additional landscaping, keeping that existing driveway, if you could go to page 44. Keeping that existing driveway that allows into Best Donuts and all those commercial businesses along 105. And then there are some site improvements that we've included with this as well. The northern lot, which is adjacent to Caroline, would include the relocation of the Raven Fulham House. That is not included within our scope. That would be a separate contract that we are recommending that is contracted directly with the city for the structural engineering recommendations for that site. We will do some fine lot grading on the site, again, just kind of making it ready for the foundation to be moved there. But again, that structural contract would be separate from our scope. And that's the northern lot. We're adding some additional parking on McCowan Street, if we can fit it on Caroline as well, all within public right-of-way. And then on the southern lot, kind of more detailed improvements are here. We are proposing a tie-in to Liberty Street, FM 149, to allow for some additional parking downtown, as you can see on this exhibit. And then south of that, a lot of landscaping improvements for that southern lot, with the primary focuses of the Liberty tree that is being relocated there and a monument sign that is included as a separate agenda item for discussion. So kind of all in all, what we have enclosed in front of y'all today is a resolution for the contract services not to exceed $2.5 million. This would include phases 1, roadway improvements, phase 3, roadway improvements, improvements to the southern lot, and improvements to the northern lot, all within our scope of services. So the civil, the electrical, and the landscaping improvements, we are approximating $2.528 million. This includes 20% contingencies. Understanding where we are with budget overall with the project, we're trying to stay in line of the budget that's been allocated for this project overall. So we're going to try and cut costs where we can. The biggest cost savings obviously would be the landscaping improvements, understanding that we can do the design for that now, but that doesn't have to go out for bid when we do the rest of the project. The priority, as we understand it from city staff, is prioritizing the utilities. So that would mean the storm that we're replacing, the water line that we're upsizing, and the pavement that we're also replacing. Again, understanding that there will be brick pavers throughout, sidewalks throughout, and certain homages to the city overall, with the star brick pavers at the intersection of Caroline and McCowan, kind of paying homage to what's north of that at College and McCowan as well, and right in front of the community center. And so, again, trying to just paint that picture of consistency throughout downtown, making McCowan Street a main focal point of the downtown area, understanding that in the future when development comes, we'll be setting the standard for what has to be installed later. If you have any questions for me, I know that was a lot, but any specific questions, feel free to ask.
Callan, at the north end over here by the community center, I mean, your project when you're doing all that for your drainage, is that including that area, or is it gonna be stub outs? I mean, we're not gonna come back in when we do the community center, talk about stuff to try to tie in.
Correct, so that is all inclusive. What the community center does now is it's kind of split. Some of it drains back to Klepper, some of it drains frontward to College. Understanding that, we've included all of the site, assuming that it kind of all drains towards McCowan. So we'll be including that with our, when we submit the text dot for the outfall to 105, we'll be including that entire drainage area in our calculations. So yeah, we would be trying to make sure that we're minimizing any additional drainage considerations for when we come back for the community center building.
So is there any EDC money or any talk about the facades of some of these businesses that we're gonna be decorating in front of? On the backsides of them?
So to that point, Dan, I'm glad you brought it up. The project itself is limited to the public right of way. So as of right now, there is no contracted amount for improvements to private site. What we've been discussing with staff is the potential of allocating grant money. So if they want to come in and partner with EDC on improving some of their back lots, they can, but that will be a conversation that we would have to have at a later date.
Well, one of the things that Kimberly's going to be involved in is procuring grant money assistance.
Okay.
So that's actually her number one focus to start with. Because we're blowing quite through. This include the Raven House being moved and all that, or is this?
We already approved that project, moving it. We haven't approved remodeling it, and that's not included in this, no.
All right, so is this mostly just infrastructure for the McCowan Street
It's
project?
the road, it's the entire thing, landscaping, road, everything.
So it's soup to nuts, 2.5.
But it also includes a pad, you guys are building a pad for the Garrett House to be moved?
We're doing the lot grading. Their pad will be designed and constructed by the structural engineer, and there's once that's contracted by the city.
And the pad setting is in the price that I gave, that you guys approved, the 80,000. So the pad is in that.
Okay.
That's part of that
So
deal.
we're this is
Moving it and getting it over there is a done deal.
Okay.
Some of the grading and that'll all go back to them.
Okay.
Because of the drainage and the other issues. The house movers are not gonna deal with any of that.
I don't know about everybody else, but I like the way this lays out, especially, the way we've taken Butler and kind of, given it still has life, but not, and people can get in through the 105 so that we didn't lose the curb cut, but it's not going to go all the way through to McCowan. So I like the way it's kind of been, it's really pretty the way it's been set up like that. I think it'll look really good, attractive interest to the city. So that's a really good job on that. We never get to ask you this question. What do you think about this layout design?
I think so, kind of just speaking from inception of this project, working with Brent, working with Tilly, working with the landscape architects, and some citizens as well. We've taken numerous site visits to McCowan Street. We've walked it from 105 all the way to the community building. There have been multiple iterations of each of these components. I think this is the best product that the city can offer.
It looks really good compared to what we've seen in the past.
And it's bringing focus to the downtown area, understanding what's on the horizon, this being on the forefront of that. I think it presents the city with a really unique benefit of getting in front of all the development downtown.
What do you think, Wade? I mean, you're kind of in the know on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, as long as, like, to his point about the focal point of downtown, it's what you come to first.
Yeah.
And, I think landscaping is important to it. It's going to be key. It doesn't, concrete only goes so far. You got to get some beautification. So.
I do have a question about the Caroline Street on the other side. I guess it would be east of McCowan. Those parking spaces are already there for that, for where that home is now. We're going to move it. But those parking spaces aren't part of this project, right?
In front of the existing Raven Pulling House? No, those are just on there for,
Reference. Okay.
reference, yes.
Yeah, very good.
So have there been extensions made on moving and basically clearing that block? I mean, I know that the talk was April, and then it got kicked down the road a little bit.
That would all be with the developer. So we're, thinking about starting conversations on kind of getting a more concrete timing on what he's doing. As far as I know, we just have confirmation of that house being relocated, and that's, end of August, mid-September.
He gave us ultimatum to October, so, I mean, we're gonna move the house in August, but he said latest, the contract I signed with him was latest of October, so he must have some plans close to that.
So Brent, here's one, I guess, for you. The 2.5 million, I'm looking at account sizes here. The waywards, the wayfinding signs, we paid for that yet? 100%?
Half of it.
Half of it.
Yeah.
That was a total of 8 or 900?
8.
8, so 400 and 2.5 is 2.9. We're gonna be awful close, boss.
Yeah, it is gonna be close. I mean, revenue's coming in, that doesn't count. Our fund balance is 4.3 million, I think. You guys were looking at it.
Yeah,
4.3. Yeah, so I think it's okay. All this money's not gonna be expended at once.
Right.
To do it. So I didn't see a problem. And in reality, we're still under what the original McGowan cost was, which was the whole plan, and now we did the whole street plus,
No, I agree. I'm happy with the project. I just want to make sure we don't overextend.
Yeah, and I've been watching it. We are getting close with that, but I think we still should have money in the bank. I think we're going to put off, depending, and then we'll talk about that here in a minute. We're talking about 213. We'll talk about what we're going to do, with the Raven Fullen House and how fast you want to turn that into something. So, that's really what could make the difference in how much money we have.
Well, keep in mind, this is going to take how long does the project typically last? We're looking at 9 months or so?
So we're looking, thinking about phase 1 and phase 3. The civil work itself should probably take, maybe 6 months. The landscaping component after that, another 6 months. So looking at 12-month minimum. But again, thinking about phasing and making sure that we're finished and operational by the time summer comes back around, that's definitely something that we can prioritize as well.
So if you think of that way, in terms of that way, we've got a whole nother year's worth of budget money.
Oh, absolutely. I just, like I said, we also have a lot of stuff that we've already got on the book, right? So.
And thinking about that, one thing, if you look at our cost estimate, that starts on page, well, actually, I'll just bring your attention to the kind of summary of everything. On page 50, you outline everything from water, required modifications to the sanitary sewer, adjusting some service leads, storm, paving, and landscaping. There's, for both phase 1 and phase 3, there's a lot of landscaping that we can cut down on. Not saying that that's desired, but that's an instant cost savings right there. And so, if we want to put that out as an alternate bid item so we don't have to award it, we can have an idea of what that cost is. That's something that we can negotiate moving forward.
Okay. And a lot of this, hopefully, when we get the bids, come in good, I mean, that's, you never know sometimes, but usually you hopefully get in lower than you projected.
Right. So we try to be conservative on all our cost estimates, and we add in contingency as well, so that realistically and ideally, the cost estimate that WJ presents is the highest one that we get. We like to come in above what we're getting bids on.
Well, it's well within where we said we wanted to be, and we've added 2 more projects to the front and north and south lots. Got added along with all the road work that's going to be going up a little further up McCowan. So I think overall, it's probably looking like we're going to get it done for a reasonable amount compared to where we thought we might be. So,
and I will say, it's still conceptual, of course. what you're doing now, or what's in front of you, is to approve a maximum number. So we can go out to bids, we can do this. Some of this stuff's gonna come back to you. Some of the design options and some of the things that we do, that's still gonna come back to you. We'll take it to council as well. You know, make sure everybody's on board. But right now, we're creating the project, we'll go through those legal steps, and then we can go out to bid, and we can see where we really end up.
Okay.
But this is really the start of the project.
Okay. And so once we get that off, you know, go through the public scrutiny and the council, is there a timeline for getting the project started, or?
So go out to bid, and then they'll know, because they'll set the parameters based. Go ahead, Zach, you're smarter than me.
I wouldn't say that. But yeah, as soon as we get authorization, we'll go straight into design for phase 3. We kind of have a great idea of what's going to be proposed there anyway, so the legwork is mostly done. With that being said, we're looking at getting bid sets for this additional phase in phase 1 and phase 3 sometime in June. So realistically, your next scheduled MEDC meeting for that July 2020 or July 21st, we'll be able to have, you know, a bid set prepared and saying, hey, this is what we're looking at. Here's our final cost estimate. We're about to go out to bid.
Okay, good. All right, so.
Just to highlight, on this resolution, as you were kind of mentioning, it will need to do a public hearing, which will be another item on the agenda coming forward. And with the approval of this and the approval of the public hearing, which would be called for next month, that would get our 60-day window started. So that would run just right along with what we've got going on.
Perfect. Okay. Good. Moving along. Do we need to make a resolution, or just accept the resolution as written?
Yeah, just as read it as written and approve.
All right, let me get back up here again. Hold on.
I make a motion to accept item number 9 as presented.
Second. It's been motioned and seconded that we accept item number 9, which is the consideration and possible action of the resolution of the Montgomery Economic Development Corporation requesting the expenditure not to exceed $2,528,000 for the design and construction improvements to the downtown improvements project. And so that's amenable, debatable, requires a majority vote. All those in favor, say aye.
I want to debate 1 second.
Yes, go ahead.
Providing an effective date, Ruby, what date do we need to put on that?
The effective date for the resolution will be today's date.
Okay, then the next question is, once we approve it, it still goes to council.
Yes, this is just approving the project for the expenditure through MEDC. Then it's scheduled to go to public hearing with MEDC in May, and it's scheduled to go to City Council on April 28th for first reading resolution, and then it'll go back in the first reading in May for the second reading resolution.
Perfect.
Okay, all right, so can close the debate? All right, debate's closed. So we will now vote on this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No, the ayes have it, and we are moving along on the resolution. Get this project off the ground. Item number 10, consideration possible action on the Montgomery sign and star. It appears to me there were 3 iterations or 2. I can't tell.
We can pop them up there. So that was kind of back to the original. I'll kind of tell you, I told Todd he didn't really have to come, but we'll run through these again.
Yeah.
This was kind of the original, you know, because we had a monument. So we just did the basic, go to the next, go past that's at night. This was kind of a mix between Ryan Lundeen, you know, when you guys looked at the letters there, so we put the letters in plus the star, and then if you go, stop at the first, next one. That one is specifically straight, which would make it super long and really too big for that corner, but is an option if you go to the next one. This one is probably the most likely, I mean, you guys can sure pick whatever you like, but the likely one that would fit the best. The star's a little bit bigger. Go to the next one. Next one.
Letters are
And it's rounded on that corner, you can see.
See it coming both ways.
Yeah, if you go back to, I don't know if you have it still up, the McGowan South Lot picture.
Yeah, I see it there on ours.
Yeah. So, and we've talked to the landscape people about this, you know, creating this rounded this way, so Montgomery goes this way, the star would be back here. There'd be enough space because it's set back far enough, you could potentially get out here and take pictures, but you could also have people standing behind that or standing in the star and take pictures from here. So it kind of was the whole.
I like that.
Whole area. And this star kind of fit in the Liberty Tree. Of course, you don't want to put a lot of concrete around that. So if you'll notice, these are gravel walkway around here. That's what that significant, I don't even know that word.
Suggests?
No. Signifies, there we go, that's the one. Yeah, gravel around here. So you have concrete coming in and that way you don't box in the Liberty Tree that's there. And we have that's already available. And it's 100 gallons, so it's gonna, as soon as we put it in, which we may do next week, it's gonna make an impact. It's already like 25 foot tall, so it's a tree. It's a big tree. It's a Shumard oak.
Okay.
Yay.
Beautiful.
So really the choices here are, you know, what do we want for that monument sign?
So do we want it to be the curved look or do we, yeah?
I mean,
I think, is that what we're voting on?
you kind of have to have the curved look, I think, because the straight one is 25 feet tall.
Yeah, it's too big.
So, yeah, I mean, the curved, if you like the letters, you have options in the letters and we can bring this back, but we just wanted to get far enough and get your approval far enough so we know how to proceed with it. You know, the letters are 2.5 feet tall. Okay. So people, you know, if you had a group of people you wanted, I mean, could all stand behind it and the star would be, you know, here. Right. All of it's lighted on both sides of the star. You're going to have the American flag, you know, and the Texas flag flanking that. So the entire picture with the Liberty Tree in the background, I think it's going to be pretty impressive.
One thing I wanted to mention, Carol, Ms. Carol.
Yes, sir.
Is that you had expressed an interest for keeping our digital signage. And I thought a good location for that might be where the current Montgomery sign is now at the corner of Prairie and 105. We've got electrical there and we could probably go with the same size or similar size sign. Right in front of Hodgepodge in the corner there. That's our property. It's already got a sign there that says Montgomery, Texas on it.
One of the donut shop there?
Yeah, in front before you get to the donut shop, yeah.
I think that's a really good place for electrical sign.
When you're coming into Montgomery though, you're having to watch the traffic there because of McDonald's and coming off of Prairie and all of that. So I don't know that you would catch anything on that sign. But when you get to the red light, you're having to stop 90% of the time and you catch what's on the sign. But
yeah, just something to think about.
Y'all don't want it, so.
Well, I just think we don't want to mess with the design that we have.
I think a lot of people want it. I think just the perfect location is the trick, because if you do this much stuff with the flags and thing and try to put the digital in with that, I think it's not going to work.
Yeah, well, the sign's dated anyway, it needs to be.
Yeah, we were going to get rid of that one for sure, but this was a new digital sign.
So well, I guess what I'm saying, Carol, is maybe let's figure out another spot for that though, that we could put it that would make more sense, but you make a good point there.
Well, what would it look like at that corner? I mean,
I think it gets too busy.
What type of sign would you put there?
At with the proposed new corner, you mean?
Yeah.
So that not that 16-foot tall one, but a shorter one of the same.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to go so high.
Like the style we have now, but a newer
It would probably be on, yeah, it'd be taller than the one we have now, but yeah.
Because most people do come in from the east side, or from the east side, and we've got a lot of people coming from the west, but everybody's coming this way. Either they're going to their homes or they're coming.
But if we make it tall enough, we can still make it double-sided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 16 feet tall like he was proposing, you know?
The one we priced out was a double-sided one, and there are different sizes.
Just look at that spot and think about it. I'd like to hang on to that somehow for us, for the city, for you, for everybody. Let's try to keep that informative. And we're also talking about doing a newsletter to all the residents around too as well. So we can keep them more informed that way as well. So between the two of those things, we should probably get a good amount of folks knowing what's going on around here. That's one of the first things Kimberly and I and Stephanie, we're all working on that. Does that sound like at least a start to think about anyway?
I'll look at it.
All right, so Mr. Administrator, what do we need to do?
I just wanted your direction of which way you want to go, because, you know, if we approve this, he's going to start manufacturing this stuff. You know, I mean, right now, we have the star, it's silver, it's gigantic.
Yeah.
It's very, I mean, it's going to be the star of the star of the star there.
Okay.
The letters are going to be, you know, a draw as well.
A. Casey, you didn't like
The
A?
only thing I don't like about B or the other, or the C, whatever, was that nothing says birthplace of the Texas flags. I mentioned that to Mr. Walker, and he said that we could still add that somewhere on underneath the star.
I like C.
I like C as well.
There is, because part of the design is sitting walls all around this area. There's not, I mean, this is a pocket park, if you will.
Right.
There's not like picnic tables and stuff. I don't think anybody's going to be doing that there. We're trying to create a place that they can take pictures for the most part, but the trees and the shade will be there. So we're doing sitting walls. So you could place birthplace of the Texas flag in multiple locations or anywhere on those walls.
Yeah. Okay, that makes more
Rudy,
sense.
can we see A one more time? I wish it was in the packet, because then I could go back and forth. That's A? Mm-hmm. And what's the dimensions of, oh, there it is, okay. So it's
compared to
11 foot wide, 9 foot high. So it is a lot smaller than the others. I don't know, I think like with Ryan, he's gonna want the statement sign, the bigger, but the 25 foot is not something I'm interested in. I do like the curve.
It's a little,
right, yeah.
The larger the better, but it's gotta fit too.
Yeah,
I think the curve sign is just beautiful.
Yeah, I think it accents it all the way.
Anytime you do that, it sort of welcomes you. When you do a little bit of an arc like that, it sort of has kind of a welcoming vibe to it.
it's definitely going to be a picture moment.
My only question-
I can see that.
It's only 18 feet.
And then when we go back to the is the rendering of McAllen South, how close to reality are we talking there? Because what it's not showing is all that stoplight crap that's right there.
Yeah, and that's actually set back pretty far, and we were considering that as well. I mean, this is where we were running into if we put the digital sign there, I mean, because there is a lot of stuff. Some of these poles we've already looked at. We're going to put that electrical underground, so it's not, you know, the little poles that are over here and over here. But yeah, there are some things here. So how this sits could make a difference. I mean, I know we had the conversation of possibly turning it this way as well. And that's still a possibility. That doesn't change any of the money or anything like that. It's just how it sits.
Yeah, I don't want the star to block the tree, but
Well,
it just depends on
eventually
what-
it's going to be. It's never going to be that way. Yeah, I mean, at least it's going to be impactful right away because it's already a big tree.
For reference, the existing electrical signal, it's pretty close to where the existing crosswalk is on that aerial. So just follow that north is where all that equipment is.
yeah, because there's a light pole right there, and there's a whole bunch of garbage right on the corner.
Has anybody looked into what it would cost to go underground with everything on this park?
We did discuss a little bit on this road here, and they don't want to help us. I mean, if the city.
Is that energy, is that, they don't want to co-op, is that, you're talking about putting three-phase primary underground, it ain't cheap.
No, yeah. They don't really have but they did agree to, down 149 to straighten up the poles, you know, because some of the poles are leaning and stuff. They did agree to do that.
Have them come in and do fiberglass poles and blacks.
Yeah, I mean,
They did say there was an option for that.
that would be either black or like a bronze, you know.
Not that it's in this conversation, but if if you guys, next time you go to the community center, you see there's a giant hole in front of it. They're gonna move that over by the new municipal complex to make that look better in front of the community center.
All the businesses down there.
Yeah, they're all bad.
All
I
those
mean,
power lines hanging.
yeah, they
just looks
feel like
raggedy.
they're right on top of your
Yeah.
head.
But I mean, if,
But you know, that's all the comm cable, not.
but if we're looking at the future as far as, you know, even light bars, you know, street light bars, you know, those eventually get replaced with something more decorative. If you have to have them, you know,
Yes.
something that's at least.
And we are doing that here. We do have nice lights and programmed in here on McGowan.
Right.
And we're planning to, you know, do the lights across, you know, to create
Right.
that
cafe look, yeah. Well, so what are we doing? We're just looking at this now and deciding if we want three?
Possible action, so we can decide if we can vote on which one we want.
Can we put it to a vote then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do that.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's really, because we need to kind of get this locked in because there's manufacturing time and all of that.
Yeah, we need to-
And we've discussed this 3 times now, so.
Yeah, it's time to move. All right, so option A, B, or C. So
I'll make a motion to accept item C, option C.
That's the curve.
Yeah, the current one.
I seconded the motion.
okay, so it's been motioned and seconded that we accept option C for LED Partners as our sign choice for a monument, Star Monument sign. It's amendable and debatable. Anybody want to debate that? No, it requires a majority vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
No.
It's one nay, and the ayes.
Four yeses.
4 yeses, the 4 yeses have it. Okay, so it's been approved that we move on to option C. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next item on our agenda, which is consideration of possible action of the landscaping on the south lot. So that would be the other lot, right?
No, it's not.
No,
This one, yeah.
this is south. This part, bottom with the star.
yeah.
So y'all have already seen this, you know, again, as Brent kind of mentioned, the programming on site isn't nailed down. It's really just the overall schematic on what's being approved. So again, approving the landscaping, approving the general, you know, we want trees, we want gravel, we want the star homage with the Liberty tree in the middle. Again, all of that will kind of get worked out during design. But again, conceptually, this is what we're approving.
What's the material on the star? I see it's a lighter.
Is it grass or is that?
Yeah, so that what's proposed now is grass. Again, the actual planting and all of that will be kind of determined, understanding that that's a lot to maintain, irrigation alone. So if we can cut costs, we definitely will recommend it. But right now it is proposed as grass, I believe.
So is it a different grass or just a?
Different grass.
Okay.
Yeah, they haven't scoped that out completely yet, but from what I understand, it's just a different grass than what's else on the site.
Right, so.
She talked about some sort of a green ground cover
Like a ground
type
cover.
stuff, not grass
Yeah, 'cause ground
necessarily.
cover is easy to maintain. It's
I
not
think
hard.
that's what the idea. We didn't get too detailed on it yet because
Yeah.
we're just trying to get this design.
It's relatively.
On the
cheap,
gravel, do you have an
generally
option?
springs on its own.
When it has there, you know, a little irrigation, it's gonna be fine.
Okay, gravel, do you have an option between crushed granite and gravel?
Yeah, all that will be spec'd out, so kind of just thinking about cost and overall, you know, how it looks optics wise, can definitely come back if there's a specific recommendation from MEDC or staff.
So do we have, I mean, the maintenance of this thing, and we have a landscape company that we have that works with the city?
We do now, and so, yeah, it would be part of that, but depending on, I mean, we're gonna put irrigation and different things in here, depending on, sometimes our city guys do some of this stuff, so it would be.
Combination.
I mean, normally when you keep something like that, there, you have professionals, not.
Yeah,
Just the rush off.
absolutely.
I mean, you know, I've been there, done that. So.
So we're just voting on the concept, right? Materials we can come back for later.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah, and they're planning to bring some 3D views of this and kind of get a better idea, but
That'll be good.
we just wanted to give the basic idea so we know how to move. You know, the only thing that is like what Casey said is, you know, is this thing star and everything facing the corner like this, or are we back to 105 facing, you know? And is the star design in the sidewalks and where the trees are for the most part?
I think looking at it from a street level, a 3D level, and talking about these poles and the electrical, that would be really helpful is to see what's going to be blocking it.
That'll, you know, it'll definitely help paint the picture with the monument sign as well. The goal, from what I've been told from the landscape architect, is that with the 3D rendering, you're supposed to be seeing from 105 all the way to the community building. Okay. So you're seeing the vantage point from 105 essentially.
Okay. Maybe we should just
want to see it from the 149 intersection too.
Yeah, if it's being proposed on that hard corner, correct.
You're approving the basic concept of what we have here, the star, the trees, the parking, you know, I mean, overall, are we on the right track here?
It looks great.
We're gonna get more detailed as we go.
Okay, all right, that makes more sense. All right, so do we need to get a motion together then to at least accept it, the general concept?
Sure, I'll make a motion to accept the general concept as presented.
Second.
Okay, it's been motioned second that we accept the general concept of item number 11, consideration possible action of the landscaping of the south lot. It's amendable, debatable, requires a majority vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, it's been motion seconded and passed that we will push along, Zach.
Thank you all.
Okay, item number 12 is consideration of possible action to schedule a special meeting to be held on May 19th, 2026 at 6 p.m. Mr. City Administrator, how do you feel about it? We got a lot going on.
Not really.
Yes. The executive session, just go to 14, skip to 14 in open session, and we'll discuss that.
We're still on number 12.
We're on 12 with May 19th special session.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking ahead. I'm too fast for you, Jeff.
I'm just wondering.
I'm four things ahead.
I know. I'm just making sure we have that meeting scheduled.
Yeah, that's just since you guys just approved that, that's just a special meeting to do that. We'll talk a little bit here in a minute about 213 and some stuff. Yes. We potentially will have some other things on that special meeting about that.
Okay. The only thing I need to make note of is I won't be here in June if you decide to do a June meeting, so that'd be all right.
I'm not aware of any June scheduling.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to be out in June too.
We're all out in June, so we'll plan to reconvene in July. Okay, good. After the May meeting. All right, then let's just jump over to item number 14 then.
Make a motion for 12.
Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't done the number 12. Well, we're just going along. Can we make a motion that we accept the special meeting for May 19th?
I'll make that motion.
I second. It's been motioned and seconded that we accept the scheduled special meeting to be held on May 19, 2026 at 6 p.m. It's amendable, debatable, requires a majority vote. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, so the ayes carry it. So we will hold that meeting. On number 14, item number 13, we're going to skip past the closed session. We will not be going into closed session. We're going to go into open session. And we're already in open session, so we might as well just keep it open. So, talk about it, just give the board the update on what's going on.
So, we thought we had, and we did have a solid offer for 213 Prairie to be sold. Elemental Enterprises was the buyer. Come to find out, they got a contract offer that made them double, maybe triple in size, and they decided to pull out and go bigger. Nothing really to say other than that. There are multiple people still looking. It's still, he's showing the property still once a week, he says. Some of the conversations that we've had, and this is something we had even way back when we started this, is the potential of spending a little money to clean up the exterior of the building and maybe a little bit of the interior and fixing a few of the things. if it's worth it overall to get the price that we're trying to get. It's been suggested by the broker. We looked at it at the beginning. It was kind of hard to say whether it was, you know, because most people coming into this building are going to redo the entire thing anyways. I mean, but when you go inside, just for example, there are the big garage doors are off the rails. I mean, there is one place in the roof that where the, I don't know, lift used to be, and it does leak. The roof overall is newer, but that hole leaks because they never patched that hole. So, I mean, those are some of the options that we have. And then we can go back to the conversation of, you know, we've talked about it before, tear the building down, turn the entire thing into a parking lot. You hear that constantly because the downtown people want more parking. You know, what's the best thing to do, and what would you guys like to do? You like to keep it on the market for a little bit longer, try to sell the thing?
Make a parking lot out of it, you gotta charge to park there?
Well,
We talked about that too.
Where's the return?
yeah, I mean, there's no return. It's just pure investment of parking.
So one of the things I mentioned was maybe spending a little bit of money. I think we can, for 18 grand, we could probably get the whole fascia redone, clean it up, make it look like it needs to look. I'm not buying something that looks like that either. I went by there today and took a bunch of pictures. And so I talked with Brent. Maybe we clean it up, leave it on the market for a few more months, come back in our June meeting or July meeting and make a decision on it. At that point, because if we haven't gotten a worthy buyer by then we either need to keep it, renovate it, lease it out, or raise it, keep it, make a parking lot out of it, or keep it on the market until we do finally sell it. Any thoughts, anybody?
How would this renovation or whatever be done? You gotta put that out for bid, or is it something the city could do?
We'll do it, we'll make a project out of it, just like we did this, and then we'll go to the rating, because it's over $10,000.
So,
I mean, we might be able to get it under 10 grand if we can just do the bare minimum that needs to be done to it. For sure we can, I would think.
Yeah, we can try.
All right, so maybe we can do that, but
it's been mowed and everything now. I mean,
Yeah, it's being mowed, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's just the facade and the mold that's on the fake rock that's there. The poles that hold up the awnings are all rotted and look terrible, and the covers over the windows are all falling off.
That's falling.
Yeah.
What do you think, Wade?
I think there's a lot more damage than just cosmetic to that building.
Yeah.
Oh, there is, and here's
I
crap.
don't know that spending 20 grand on it's gonna help anything.
yeah, so we're talking about putting lipstick on a pig.
I wouldn't spend any amount on it.
So do we?
You've had buyers, or you've had people looking at it
As is.
that have offered, and this company had made a good offer, and they weren't asking for.
No, they were gonna redo the entire thing.
So,
Carol, do you think we just?
Why can't
I mean,
we
I
just
can even go in there and
keep
help
showing
clean it up
it?
a little bit. I mean, there's not that much to do on it.
Yeah.
Just to give it some, I mean, cut out all the dead stuff that's falling off of it.
Well, if you wanted to do that, yeah, I mean, you could have the city's landscape crew do that,
Yeah.
probably, but anybody that buys it's gonna gut it and start over, and it's just, there's way too much.
So Wade, what is your opinion on knowing what's going on down there? Keep it, sell it?
I mean, yeah, that's the only two options, really. I mean, unless you can make some kind of income out of parking, but I don't know that anybody's gonna pay you for parking.
We're not quite there yet.
No, we're not there yet. But, or, you know, refurbish it ourselves and lease it out. Yeah. That might be your best option.
So what would you spend on something like that? And what would be, how long would it take you to get your?
It's gonna be expensive. The problem is, I mean, just brutally honest, whoever bought it way overpaid for it, so.
And the thing of it is, depending on who you lease it to,
Right.
what the build out would be. I mean, there's people interested in leasing it, but the cost to build out's so much that.
Right. And construction costs have tripled since they bought it, so.
Yeah, that's the problem you run into. The company that was gonna buy it, they're had plenty of money and they could have done whatever they wanted to, and they were gonna build a better parking lot and everything.
Yeah.
The warehouse space just ended up not being big enough for what they changed to.
Do we know the other, I think, weren't there multiple offers that came in at the same time?
Well, none
Yeah,
of
we got a few.
Yeah.
close, yeah.
Most of them, the other ones, at least the current ones are, you know, financed by EDC type deals and different,
Yeah.
not just cash buyer.
What do you think, Dan?
Well, I mean, we need to break out of this thing. I mean, we're not in business to lose money.
Yeah.
Well, we
Not
could,
with somebody else's money.
we could put a little money in it to, use it for a venue, because when the city hall, when the community center start be working on, people gonna be kind of displaced. You can rent it, it's a little bigger, might not have a lot of place to park, but it's a little bigger, you can probably get a little bit more money for it when you lease it out.
I mean, in regards to leasing, you know, you can treat it kind of like a landlord, typical retail lease, where you put a little money into it and the tenant puts a majority into it based on what their build out is. And so if it's $100 a foot to get it to where it needs to be, you provide $20 a foot and they pick up the rest.
Yeah, and it needs, you know, ADA type upgrades,
Yeah,
especially
maybe-
if we continue to own it.
Maybe it's a restaurant you want to try and attract here, or, I mean, because it's got a good yard area, it's got the right bones, it just.
You know, think about that, we got a possible restaurant that might wanna move in over
You gotta
there.
make it optimal to even put it on the market, though. It can't be leaking and.
Well,
Well,
we'll fix it.
that would be
yeah.
part of, yeah, the idea would be to do all that.
What do you think about that?
Once you get a license.
You think you'd be,
There's a couple of them that potentially could be used.
I mean, what, maybe we kick that can a little bit and see if we can figure, if there be some interest in doing a lease deal with some of the local businesses that are looking to expand.
I mean, it's not a bad idea, it's just, you're back to, okay, we're gonna spend the 18,000 or 20,000 to bring it up to.
Well, I don't think you do anything until a lease is signed. So once you have a deposit, a true tenant, then you can, you know.
What would it cost?
In the
what would it
meantime, it
cost to
stays
lease a
on the
building
market,
that
you know,
size?
so-
Yeah, I mean, it's for sale, so.
I mean, it's at least a couple bucks a foot. So what's the size of it?
They're selling, they're doing, aren't they doing $3 a foot at Wine and Design?
Well, and
Maybe it was $2 a foot, I don't know.
I mean, just
15.
ballpark numbers, so it's $2 to, you know, $2.25 a foot, say. But how many square feet is that?
How many square feet do we have?
I don't even remember.
It's at least
3,000 probably.
It's about $6,000, somewhere around 6,000 a month, thereabouts, so
75 a year.
I thought it was more than that, more than 3,000 square foot.
it's gotta be bigger than that, yeah.
I thought it was closer,
5, maybe.
5.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah. So everything under AC, which the warehouse is not under AC yet.
About 5,000, based off Google Earth. Is that 5,000?
Yeah, that's what I thought, because they were looking at that.
Somewhere around there,
Yeah.
if not somewhere in that neighborhood,
Yeah.
for one or more tenants.
It'd be about 12 a month.
So 12-month, 130 plus a year. That's a little bit of a long-term payout, but we still own the building and the property, and it's not gonna do anything to go.
I mean, from a city standpoint, you shouldn't sell anything if you don't have to, but I get why we need to, because you're never gonna have that opportunity again.
No, you never buy it for that.
Right, and never gonna pay you for that, but, you know, you gotta get rid of it. You can still, even if you did a lease, now you have something that you can sell that has income, and it's,
That's
you
true.
sell it in multiples then.
So maybe we do we at least get some of the rotted stuff and the leak and the little things done, okay? Maybe redirect the broker to offer it as a sale or lease, and let Wade do a little magic on his end too. He probably knows a few people, and see if we can get some traction. And then if that works well, then we move forward. Carol, any thoughts on any of this?
Sell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it gone.
I mean, if you can, but if you can't, it's been on the market for quite some time.
Is the person that's showing it, is he complaining that people are not wanting to look at it because of this? I mean, what?
All brokers do that.
No, he's not complaining. He even said to make sure everybody knew that it's not, he's just going by some of the feedback he's received, that it really looks dated because, well, I mean, look at the pictures. It's a complete rental.
That's not a.
I mean, when you got chunks, look, you got chunks taken out of the side, the corners.
No, never.
You know the age,
It's been 1.1.
I mean, it's.
But I wouldn't spend $1 million for something that looks like that, that's all falling apart all over.
Old fire station.
Yeah, it wouldn't be hard. What I'm saying is because I'm kind of used to doing renovations on everything, because
We did make a price adjustment to make it, because we originally listed it 1.1. We dropped it to 9.999 to see if that changes anything.
So maybe we just go ahead and drop it down, see if we can get some buyers, but like Wade says, if it doesn't look like we're gonna do, at the same time, maybe run 2 tracks and see if we can get a lease, moving along too. I mean, look, one way or the other, we're either gonna sell it, lease it, or keep it.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I think we can sell it. It's just finding the right person, Even if you lease it, you have no parking because there's not a parking lot there yet. I mean, so, the amount of investment is quite high. I mean, even back when Crawfish Kai, went in there and looked at it, his cost up front to turn that into what he wanted is a lot. I mean, by the time you put it in parking and you got to fix the entries and, it's.
Well, there might be some other prospects besides.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the only one. I'm just saying whatever business, if it's a light industrial kind of business, that might be one thing, because that's what's been in there. It's listed on the commercial market as light industrial, even though it's in commercial zone. I mean, it's a warehouse building. So, I mean, there are some options, yes.
Well,
So MEDC can do a lease on that building?
We could, yes. It's going to be just like the Raven Fullen House. Once we get done, we can lease that thing. I mean, that's the only purpose we have for it.
Right. Okay.
I think if we could lease it, that wouldn't be bad, and we get to hang on to the property. I mean, I'm kind of like Wade. I hate to sell real estate if we can hold on to some of it anyway.
Yeah, my question is, who could you lease it to, and how much is that going to cost? More investment into that building. Because at least so far, the people who have been interested, they wanted the city to build it for them with our money.
Exactly.
I'm not doing that, I mean, that's not good use of taxpayer money to build somebody's business.
What do you think, Casey?
I don't know. I don't know if the city's in a position to be leasing, especially if the building was, okay, it's ready. I'd be more inclined to say, yeah, let's lease it out, but it's not. And so at that point, I'm like, let's cut the losses and dump it. Let somebody else.
We dropped the price. I think that's a good start, so we'll just see.
What did we drop it to?
Under
$9.99.
Yeah, that's
fine. Yeah, it'll catch a lot of search engines that are looking for something under $1 million. So let's see. I'll talk to Rocky this morning. We'll just see if we can't get it. He's getting a lot. He said the calls have sort of slowed down. He's not showing it as much as he was. So.
Well, so what I've noticed, and Wade, I guarantee you can tell me more about this, but just what I've seen, housing prices are coming down. Interest rates are staying steady. We might see them drop a little bit this year, but probably not. But housing market is coming down, so it should start to maybe pick up a little bit. Not that it's really slowed down a ton.
Commercial's never slowed down though, has it?
Not too much, no.
Yeah.
But just your overall, when you start looking at property moving.
Okay. Well, so we leave it as is what we're saying for now, and see if we can get rid of it. All right. Everybody okay with that for now? Okay, then we'll move on. I think we beat that dead horse. All right, so we'll close out item number 14, item number 15, board inquiry. So pursuant to Texas Government Code Section 551.042, Montgomery Economic Development Corporation may inquire about a subject.
Bless you.
Bless you.
That was definitely not on the agenda. Responses are limited to the recitation of existing policy or statement, a specific factual information given in response to the inquiry. Any deliberation or decisions shall be limited to a proposal to place on the agenda for future meetings. Do we have anybody that has a board inquiry? I don't think I've ever read the whole thing before. I mean, out loud.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll close out, no board inquiry, item number 15. Item number 16, items to consider for placement on future agendas. Anybody? Nothing? Okay, so item number
Kimberly's,
that would be
one thing
Kimberly would be doing.
she's gonna be working on, and I was gonna mention this, and maybe you guys have opinion where we're gonna, now that you approve this project, we're gonna put it on some poster board and probably post it downtown on McGowan Street so people can see what we're doing.
Perfect.
Because some of that's gonna be changing and, you know, well, we already chopped some trees down. I'm sure that got quite a few people stirred up.
Nobody even mentioned.
We're gonna put some signs down there. I wanted you guys to approve this first, but she's gonna work on that and get some,
Coming soon signs or what?
Huh?
Are they the coming soon signs?
Yeah, just kind of say MEDC project, this is what it looks like. We'll put some of the stuff that Zach provided and so people can see what we're doing.
Well, thank you, Brent. I think it's a great idea. And as I mentioned to Kimberly, one of the things that we definitely need to do is a better job of communicating. So that's part of her scope, is to make sure the word gets out, to go visit these downtown businesses. Between her and Stephanie, I think they're going to put together a newsletter that'll be going out on a regular basis rather than just going out into your monthly bill. With a calendar, we'll have a little bit more. I think Ruby's mentioned newsletter would be a good idea. So everybody understands that we got to communicate more. And as fast as things are moving along right now, there's never been a better time to launch that. So I'm all in favor of that.
I'd like to be text or something every once in a while.
Yeah, something.
I might actually open the computer.
Yeah.
Some of us have jobs.
Well, I agree, and I think that now that we have a little more horsepower, you know, in the engine, we're going to have a better chance. I feel pretty comfortable. All right, well, we'll entertain item number 17. That's to adjourn at 7:07. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, so it's been motioned by Carol, seconded by Dan, that we adjourn the meeting for today. And we're going to do that at 7:07. It's amendable, debatable, requires a majority vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the meeting is adjourned. The ayes have it. Good job, guys. 7:07.
And,
Very
you know, if
proud.
we were more efficient, we could have done that in about 30 minutes.
Well,
I gotta go back.
we tried. It's better than two, right? Where are you going? Bathroom. No.